Thank you, Mr. President. I rise to speak on the upcoming confirmation vote on Luis Felipe Restrepo to serve on the U.S. Court of Appeals for the 3rd District. I want to thank Chairman Grassley and Ranking Member Leahy for moving Judge Restrepo's nomination through their committee. I want to thank Leader McConnell for scheduling this confirmation vote that we're going to have in short order. I also want to thank my colleague, Senator Casey. Senator Casey and I have been working very closely for 5 years now, since I joined the Senate, working to fill the vacancies that occur on the federal bench across the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania that we represent. And with Judge Restrepo's confirmation tonight, which I am hopeful and confident will occur, then Senator Casey and I will have been able to play a role in filling 16 vacancies on the federal bench, 14 district court vacancies that have occurred since the time that I arrived at the Senate, and 2 Third Circuit appellate court vacancies. There are only 2 states in the Union, Mr. President, that have had more vacancies filled in the last 5 years, and those 2 states are California and New York, states that they're very, very large states, of course, and have large numbers of vacancies occurring. So I just want to thank Senator Casey for the very constructive working relationship that we've developed to make sure that the people of Pennsylvania are able to access justice in a sensible and efficient fashion. Because we have worked together closely, not only have we filled these vacancies, but, Mr. President, we've had vacant courthouses for years, federal courthouses meant to house federal judges that have been vacant for years, and we've addressed that. So in Reading, Pennsylvania, there's now a federal judge serving in that courthouse. In Williamsport, Pennsylvania, the surrounding area of which people had to drive great distances to get to a federal court if they needed to, now there's a judge serving in Williamsport. Easton, Pennsylvania. Likewise, the people in Northampton County who had to drive all the way to Philadelphia to have a case dealt with, now they can do that in Easton. And we're working, I think we're close, I hope we're close to filling an empty courthouse in Erie, Pennsylvania. Erie is kind of by itself out there in the northwestern corner of our great state, and there ought to be a federal judge in the Erie courthouse. We are well along the process of making sure there will be, and I'm hopeful that that process will come to a conclusion relatively soon. But back to Judge Restrepo. Fact is, Judge Restrepo is very well qualified to serve on the 3rd Circuit. He has been serving on the Federal District Court. He's been a judge in the Eastern District of Pennsylvania there since June of 2013. I was pleased, together with Senator Casey, to have recommended Judge Restrepo to the White House for that post, and of course to have supported his confirmation to the District Court. In 2013, Judge Restrepo was confirmed unanimously on the Senate floor. I would love to see that occur again this evening with respect to his confirmation to the Circuit Court. Prior to his appointment as a District Court judge, Judge Restrepo had served for 7 years as a federal magistrate judge for the Eastern District of Pennsylvania. And for 13 years prior to that, Judge Restrepo was a partner in the law firm of Krasner and Restrepo, handling criminal defense cases. Before that, he'd worked at the Public Defender's Office at the federal and state levels. In many ways, Judge Restrepo's life story is a classic American dream story. He was born in Medellin, Colombia, became a U.S. citizen in 1993, and he's devoted a great deal of his time and energy and considerable intellect to serving his community. He served on the board of the Make-A-Wish Foundation for Philadelphia and Susquehanna Valley. This is a foundation that grants wishes to children who have life-threatening illnesses. And Judge Restrepo also gave his time to the Russell Byers Charter School in Philadelphia. So, Mr. President, I am very confident that Judge Restrepo has the judicial experience, the legal acumen, the intellect, the integrity, and the dedication of public service to do the job that we expect him to do on the 3rd Circuit Court of Appeals. The Senate Judiciary Committee apparently shares my confidence, having passed his nomination out of committee with a voice vote. I am pleased to speak on behalf of this highly qualified nominee, and I would urge all of my colleagues to support his confirmation. Mr. President, I want to briefly address